Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. Namaste friends, welcome to practice one of Trust Yoga. Today's practice, get ready to tune into your body, into your lower body, to open up those hips, tune into those thighs, those legs, give those feet some love, and together unroll the mat, unpeel the edges, and let's do this Trust Yoga. Namaste friends, welcome to the first practice of 7 practices to a better you. I'm going to ask you to grab a blanket, maybe just a little couch blanket from the couch to get started in our practice. So if you need to pause this video, and I want you to fold that blanket nicely for yourself, because we always do everything nice for everyone else, and often we put us on the back burner. Not during these practices, my friend. So lay that nicely. And then I invite you to ground your sit bones and your feet into the earth. Activate through the core. And if you have glasses, you can just pop those off for now. And with the core activated, just gently, I want to challenge you to challenge yourself, to trust yourself, trust your body, and allow yourself to gently go down onto the earth. It might look like better for you to put your hands up on your knees or maybe behind the thighs as you gently draw that navel and just gently, as slow and mindfully as you can, getting those shoulders back and that head back onto the earth. Just gently grounding the feet into the earth and resting the knees together. Bringing the hands on the lower belly as we situate, if you need to set yourself up for success here. And just move your pants out of the way and just get cozy in where you're sitting. As we're rooting into the earth with our hands all the way down by our root chakra, which is our energy center that allows us to trust and allows us to feel safe if we're feeling safe or not safe. And just bringing that awareness down and bringing a breath that comes all the way, flows down, filling up the belly, lengthening and pushing out the exhale. Just settling, allowing yourself to just settle in between all the thoughts. And so I want you to take 5 breaths where you fill that belly up big and full, and lengthen, pushing out the exhale for a Ray Chakra pranayama. So I'm going to flow with my breath 5 times, and you do the same, my friend. And I want to hear that beautiful breath of yours. I want it loud and audible. Settling, pausing in between the thoughts, in between the breath, just being here. Wonderful work, my friends. 2 more breaths, you've got this. On the last breath, really bring the awareness into that belly and fill it up if you can, just big and full. Hello, Joy. And blowing that out. And as we settle here in this practice, is with the hands at the belly, setting an intention for yourself today. Whether that intention comes or you feel blank, trusting that what will come is exactly what you need. And if you would like, you could also grab onto the intention of being open to trust, to trusting yourself. To trusting yourself, right? That's something that we all have challenges with. I often find that. Wonderful work, my friends. From here, inhaling one knee up to the chest, opposite knee up to the chest as you draw that navel towards the spine, and just gently massaging the lower back by just rocking to the right and to the left, and inviting that breath into that belly, and just tuning into what it feels like in your lower back, what it feels like in your hips, in your knees, maybe gently crisscrossing the ankles. One goes above, one goes below, and reversing. And doing 5 of those as you tune into that core, that breath. Slowly, we're just doing slow, gentle stretches, bringing that awareness into all the way down to those sit bones, to the hips. Wonderful work. Pausing here, pointing the toes, flexing up, plantar flexing down. If you have any cricks or pops, I have really poppy, airy ankles. My right ankle is super poppy, so you might hear that. That's totally fine. Inhale up, tucking the chin up towards the knees. Big breath in, flat foot as if you're pressing into an invisible wall. Exhaling down onto the earth. Inhale to rise, taking 5 of these. My puppy is being so playful. Each time, bringing that intention of trusting. Lay down, buddy, lay down. Good job. Inhale to raise. Exhale to sink. Each time trusting in that body. Wonderful work. Inhale to raise up. Exhale to sink. Last one. Inhale to raise up and hold for 5, 4. Beautiful trusting breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling down. And from here, my friends, option to grab the outside of the foot, juke inside of the foot, or use the pointer and the middle finger to hook the big toe. So we're coming in for a happy baby. I know that I have some students who this is where they can stay. This is all they can do, and this is okay. So if this is where you are in your happy baby, this is enough for you. So really just bringing that awareness and just the feeling and sensation all the way down low into the sit bones. And if you can, try to see if you can bring one foot up and the opposite foot up for this happy baby. So as we're right here in this happy baby, just tuning into all the way down in those sit bones and how you can better trust and tuning in into your body here. And just notice what it feels like in your right hip versus your left hip, and maybe get a little playful and just gently rock side to side in your happy baby. Often we get really tight in our hips because in Western culture, I know a lot of people sit a lot. There's so many screens happening and driving, and I know I have to take my kids to school. I get to take my kids to school, changing that. And it's 20 minutes each way, and I have a kindergartner now, so I am to and fro school 3 times a day. So my hips get tight like a tiger. So let's loosen them up like a happy baby. So just bringing that awareness and bringing a big breath down low and pushing it out. And again, wherever you are at in your mat is good enough. So knowing that you don't have to do things the way that I'm doing, and if you ever feel called to do something different, then you go with that, my friends. Wonderful work. Just rocking slowly side to side, and then just gently bringing one foot down to the earth and the opposite foot down to the earth, allowing the legs to lay long, activating through the core. If you need to, you can situate your pants, set yourself up for success, resituate on that yoga mat. Inhale, elongating the arms long, pointing the toes, stretching that body out, long, 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 long. Squeezing the booty, squeezing everything, and then letting it sink. Exhale, long, 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 and letting it sink. Wonderful work, my friends. One more. Long body, pointing toes, pointing fingers, and letting it go. And whatever this next movement looks like for you, so you have the option to turn on your side and sit up if you want to, or if you can challenge yourself, if you can, we're gonna do some rockabye babies up and down. So just rocking, grabbing the back of the thighs, creating a long line of energy from the sit bones to the top of the head. And if you can rock, take 10 of these. If your body is not quite there, I encourage you just to plant your feet into the earth and sit in this beautiful, more of like this like mountain peaky position. It's like a V from the top body to the low body, and both lower bodies like that little mountain. So take 10 of these as you inhale, rocking up each time, trusting yourself. Even if your balance is off, trusting yourself and counting. Inside. 7. See if you can rock and make it playful. 6. I love doing these. These are so fun. 5. My kids love this too. And so does Joy. 5. You've got this. 4. Each time growing that spine with that long line of energy. 3. I think I've lost count a little bit. We've got this. 2. Have fun. Be playful with yourself. 1. We're going to throw in 1 more because I love these. They're so fun. And 0. And joining me in a seated. So we're going to just slightly reposition our blanket by folding it in half. Whoop, one way. And then folding it in half. So do that as quickly and nicely as you can. And just pop that booty up on the seat just to give us a little bit of that pelvic tilt. We want that pelvis to tilt forward. Now together, palms of the feet, soles of the feet, kissing soles of the feet, and just kind of situating that booty, and just tune into your feet where they feel better, further away or closer up. And for a butterfly here, so really pressing those feet together and tightening that core up by just activating, pushing that button of that belly button back towards the spine, and find length in the spine here. Inhale, raising up your butterfly, flapping your butterfly wings, hands just gently around the outsides of the ankles. We're not straining or anything too much. Big breath in as you raise up. Exhale to sink. You can gently push elbows towards opening up the thighs. Doing this to your comfort, finding that happy edge, that space between too much and not enough. Pausing here for 2 big buoyant breaths. Big breath that rolls all the way down to the belly. Somersaulting, flipping all the way around and exhaling it out. Big breath all the way down low. Bring that breath in, do a fun somersault. Whee! Let it go, inhale, raise it up. Really tune into your posture. If you have practiced with me, we did a practice on building and boosting self-confidence. So knowing that to be our best selves, to trust ourselves, and to get that self-confidence, we have to carry ourselves well. So learning how to keep that straight spine, shoulders back, heart shine for the world to see, and just notice what it feels like versus exhale, diving forward when you're a little bit arched forward. We're more off guard, maybe not as trusting, not as confident like this. As we're exhaling, pushing into those thighs, 2 big breaths here. Bringing that breath in, somersaulting it back around and letting it sink, my friends. And if you can, maybe just pushing a little bit deeper, not hurting yourself, but really testing. And as we're forward here, we're gonna creep up to those feet. How often do you give yourself a foot rub? Like never, right? So gently as we're leaning forward, and maybe we're a little off guarded, because that's okay, because we're tuning into us and trusting ourselves, and that's what's important. So I want you to just, with the thumbs of your thumbs, push into that more squishy part, the archy part of your feet. Massage the outsides, go to the toes, Give your feet love. These feet are so awesome, and give them gratitude. Thank you, feet. The heels are a little bit harder to get to because our feet are pushed together, but if you have more flat feet, you can maybe just gently peel open. Maybe rubbing the top, rub your ankles. Give yourself some love. I love you, body. Give yourself acknowledgement. Thank you, feet. Even with all the cracks and the dry spots, I still love you. Chipped up nail polish, that's okay. I love you, feet, right? These feet are freaking awesome. They do everything for us. Wonderful work. Inhale, raising it up. Good job, my friends. Inhale, bringing both of those feet together and just gently moving that blankie out of the way and unfolding it. So this blanket is our prop, and it's just here to help support for a healthier body and a healthier practice. Okay, actually, we're gonna put that to the side for now. And from our seating, you can just gently kick your feet around to one side, whoosh, and then come up to all fours for a tabletop position. Set yourself up for success. If you need to pull up your pants, situate your shirt, whatever it is that you need to do to set yourself up for success here. From all fours, pushing in through the hind feet, so tuning the hips above the knees, tuning those hind feet. If your feet are kind of more in or out, just be aware of your body. Putting the hands about one hand print above the shoulders. And from here, allowing the elbows to roll out, so the eyes of the elbows, which is just the inner bend part, rolling out, creating a flat back. And imagining that there's a little ball forward, and we're going to do a little chaturanga variation. So you can just watch me first and then follow, but I'm gonna scooch this guy so I don't hurt him. So hugging the thighs together, corseting that core strength together. Inhale and diving forward, hugging the elbows in towards each other, bringing and hovering up above the mat, nose up, coming to the belly. Inhale, raising up for a cobra. And pausing here, so take that at your own pace. And then we're gonna just press all the way back. We're gonna do 5 of these together. So we can do them together or do them at your own pace. Just really tuning into the biceps, strengthening through a wide open starfish hand. Inhale, hugging those thighs together. Exhale, diving, opening up through the shoulder blades onto that tummy. Inhale, raising up for a little gentle back bend, cobra. You can peek to the right, peek to the left gently. Exhale, diving those sit bones back. And take these at your own pace, my friends. Inhale. And really cultivating this awareness to trust yourself and trust your body. And just being okay with wherever you are in your practice. Trusting yourself is just showing up and allowing yourself permission to just be you, to be yourself, because you are good enough just the way you are. It's okay to just trust you. Wonderful work. Inhaling it down. Oh, yes. Oh, it feels so good. I love these gentle back bends. My back is saying, yes, please. And we'll take one more. Hugging it together, squeezing it on in. Giving that lower back some L-O-V-E, love, love, love. Squeezing that booty. Good job, my friends. From here, inhale to raise up. So whatever this looks like for you, if you can inhale, raise straight up to a plank. I want you to challenge yourself. Or if you need, you can come to your knees and get in your plank position from here. Try to get your body up. Pushing those sit bones high up, high, high, high to the sky. Walking out that dog for a moment. Inhale, raising the right foot up and gently just tucking and bringing that foot forward, framing in between the fingers, resting that hind foot back on the earth. Really tuning into the front feet in the 4 corners and the heel in the front pad, aligning the knee over the hip, adjusting those pants. That hind foot raises up. So option, my friends, to stay here. Inhale, raise up, coursing that core strength, trusting yourself, trust you, you're awesome, you're so worth this. Trusting you to do the things. So this is our first option, to stay here. And if this is where you are, this is awesome. I'm gonna grab my blanket, because my knee says, I need a little blankie. So if you need, grab that blankie and you can put that under your knee. This is just here for your comfort and to protect those lovely joints. First option here, second option, to raise up. Big breath in, soft back bend here for Anjaneyasana. We'll pause here for 2 big breaths into that belly. Letting them go. Big breaths into that belly. Letting them go. Exhale, sinking those hands down. And so second option, if this is where you are and stay here, we're just going to do 1 more of these. Second option, if you want something a little bit more challenging, hugging those thighs together, trusting yourself, posting in up on that hind leg for a runner's lunge here. So you can just stay here and pause, peeking that nose forward, big breath into that back body. Trusting, bringing that long line of the energy from this beautiful diagonal line from our heel all the way up to the sit bones to the top of the head. Pausing here. Inhale, if you can, if you will. You can always option to press that knee into the earth and feel supported by the earth. Or inhale, raising up here for something a little more challenging. If your balance is a little bit off, this is okay. I'm just going to move my blanket, but that's okay. I don't need to. Big breath into that body. Opening up that heart. Working through the burn. And if you need to, you can always go on that knee, my friend. Wherever you are in your practice is okay. Big breath in. Let it sink. Big breath in. Exhale, diving those arms forward. Putting that hind knee down. And bringing that opposite knee to that tabletop position. How did that feel? It can be a little challenging. So just tune into that hip. Maybe if you need to come up on those knees and swivel side to side. Take a little free time. Okay, so as we tune in for this downward facing dog, I really invite you to tune into those hands, really grounding through the pointer and the thumb all the way to the pinky. For wider shoulder blades, you can extend the pinky and even the ring finger off of the mat for a better comfort. So coming into that plank pose here, posting up on those hind feet, up high, opening up through the back body, the shoulders. You can always have option to stay here on the knees, and this is awesome. Exhale, sinking those sit bones high up to the sky, trusting yourself, feeling safe and secure in your own body. Exhaling the opposite, heel up high to the sky. Inhale to tuck, posting that foot forward. So I will say though that I remember when I would see yogis do that and I would think, oh my gosh, how did she or he do that? And it was so challenging. So for a really long time, you guys, I would go, and I still have my days, and I would just walk. And I've even seen clients or patients or students, and you can walk that foot forward because that can be kind of an intimidating thing. I just want to put that out there. I want to say that you're not alone, because some of these poses have taken me years to get where I am. And it's okay wherever you are. Okay, so we were here, so allowing that opposite knee to rest down on that blankie, grab that blankie, and really rooting that front foot into the earth, hugging those thighs together, drawing that navel back towards the spine. Inhale, raising up. Big breath here as we pause. Growing that spine, squeezing the glutes, the belly, tucking the chin. Inhale, raising those arms up high to the sky. Just gently bending, hinging the heart forward. Just another beautiful back bend, my friend. We're opening our hearts, opening our hips, because we're trusting, and we're opening our hearts because this is our lives and we're doing this wonderful work. Big breaths in, letting it go. Okay, my friends, so if you remember, option is always to stay here, or if you want something a little challenging, bringing those hands, wide open starfish hands, floating down to the mat, posting and strengthening up through that hind leg, really activating through the back of the calf, through the back of the thigh, the quad, squeezing that glute, that butte. Inhale, raising up through that core. Always option to come down if you need to. And setting your feet up like you're on a set of skis. If you're feeling wobbly, it's okay. Trust yourself. You will catch yourself. Or if you fall, you will be okay. You're really close to the ground. Inhale, raising those arms up long and strong. Long line of energy. Taking 3 powerful breaths here. Blowing that breath. Because you are powerful. You have got this. Big breaths in. Letting that go. Big breath in, trusting yourself to support yourself. Letting that go. Gently exhaling, hands down, resting that knee. Coming to that tabletop position, my friends, here. From here, coming into that plank position by posting the hind feet up high and inhaling in the right leg. So tucking that right knee forward, drawing the heel back towards, you can grab your blanket, the heel towards the pelvis bone, towards that pelvic wall. Tracking that hind leg long behind you. I know sometimes we have a tendency to turn our foot in or out, so just peek behind you. Grab that pillow, and you can shove that under that sit bone if it's popping off of the earth. I know mine does. And depending on where you are in your practice, you might be able to take your pigeon a little deeper. So the deeper you go, the more parallel to your body, I don't know if parallel is the right word, but the more horizontal is a good word, your leg will come out. So knowing wherever you are is okay in your pigeon, trusting yourself to be here in this moment. Inhale to raise up, or exhale to sink down, crossing the arms, resting the forehead, taking a little bit more of a restorative pigeon. Really just bringing awareness down, all the way down to those sit bones, down to that root chakra, that energy center that connects us to the earth and that allows us to trust and feel safe. And there might have been a time in our life where someone or some experience happened where we told ourselves a story that we can no longer trust ourselves, we can no longer trust the world, and we're not safe here. So this practice is dedicated to help let that go and to help awaken an inner knowingness that the point of power, your point of power, is just right here in this present moment. So allowing yourself, wherever you are, to trust yourself and to let all of that go. I'm not saying you have to forget it, all the past. I'm saying that we have to move forward and let that be there and just show up here and trust. You're so lovely. You're doing such a good job. Breathing that breath into that back body as you rest and letting that flow. Sinking each breath, melting into the mat. Wonderful work, letting that go. And gently bringing those hands, starfish hands, into the earth. Coming up, gently removing. My sit bone is planted in my blankie. Posting that hind foot up. And if you need to be on your knee, you can also just kind of squiggle out of this and go on that knee like so. Ha-ha, magic tricks, right? Or if you want to be a powerhouse and plank it up, my friends, you may do that, but know that it's okay to be here. So if you want to be here, if your body's feeling a little sore, you can just kind of squeak into your pigeon from here. So you can just gently cross that foot forward, the opposite leg, drawing the knee up forward and leaving that leg long, or other option to come back into that downward facing dog with the sit bones up, and you can just bring the opposite leg up, tucking. There's a few options, so whatever works best for you. Really tuning into tracking that hind leg behind you, just checking out the foot alignment, and you just want everything just looking kind of nice. Looking at that booty, gazing backwards, and grabbing that pillow, and see, I've got some space here. So wherever that space is, we're just gonna tuck. And that feels so nice. Tuck and rest. So really what we're doing is we're wanting to just balance the weight in our hips. We don't want to be so heavy on one side. So the blanket is really helpful for that, my friends. Inhale, so for a more active pigeon, you can stay up if that feels good. I really am feeling this here in the back of my quad and my bent leg. So tune into where it's feeling good or feeling burning. And I know if I rest forward, it's still burning, but not as bad. So just tune into yourself if you want to rest forward. And just pausing here with that intention of trusting yourself to support yourself and be here for yourself. And no matter what the voice of the inner critic comes in and says, just like we can change the radio station, just like we can change a movie on Netflix, we can choose to change our thoughts, just like we can change the station or the show. Change the thoughts, and the old feeling will fall away. So let's today be the noticer of our thoughts, and let's choose more positive thoughts. Acknowledge the negative ones, choose the more positive thought, and then allow the old feeling to move away. Because as the creators of our lives, my friends, I want you to ask yourself, the thoughts you are thinking, do you want those to manifest in your life? And if the answer is no, choose a new station, choose a new thought, because you can do it. Big breath into that back body. Letting that go. Oh, it feels so good. I'm loving this. Big breath in. Letting that go. We are trusting this beautiful body of ours. Being okay with any tingling sensations. And just allowing us to activate and turn on our ability to trust, our ability to be rooted here into the moment. One more big peaceful breath. Allowing all of the love from all of the people in the whole universe, and when I teach for the kids in the Life Loves You project, all of the love from all of the butterflies in the whole universe, and allowing all of that love to wrap around you, because it's here. And then breathing that breath out, and breathing all of the love to everyone that you come in contact with today. Inhaling those hands into that mat, and again, a few options to come out, so you can just sneak on out if you want, or if you want to powerhouse, push into the earth, you may. Coming to that tabletop position. Wonderful work, my friends. Crisscrossing the ankles, and just gently, you can crisscross, and however this looks for you, and sitting back on that booty. From here, inhaling in from that crisscross applesauce. Exhale, twisting to the left side, just gently twisting and wringing out that spine. 2 deep breaths here. Letting it go. Wonderful work. Big breath in. Letting it go. Inhale, meeting me at neutral. Hands raised high above, Anjali Mudra. Palms kissing palms. Twisting to that right side. Gently reaching that opposite hand behind you, and not compromising the integrity of the spine by trying to go too far. Wonderful work. 2 breaths here. Letting that go. Inhaling back to center. Wiggling out that spine. Bringing big wide open starfish, hands floating high above, back to that heart center, humbly tucking the chin. Coming back to that intention. Today, I choose to trust myself. Today, I choose to show up for me. Tucking the chin in towards the chest. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'm so grateful for you. Thumbs us up, and I cannot wait to practice the rest of these 7 days to a better you. Namaste, my friend.